So, today, me and my crazy mother
That's me.
are going to be reading Tale of My Story. She is going to be reading the Friendship Part 14, and I'm going to be reading the Friendship Part 15. Alright, go ahead.
All right. One day, Jackie, Mike, Ashlyn, Steve, Jalissa, Brent, Kiara, Connor, Haley, Kane, Chris, and Sierra were asleep in their cabin when they heard scary sounds coming from outside. So Chris, Mike, Steve, Brent, Kane, and Connor got up with their guns and headed outside to go investigate. But they didn't find anything, so they came back inside and went to bed. Fast forward a few hours, it was morning time. So they woke up and got ready for the day. They ate breakfast and watched a little TV. Then Sierra went to the studio to film videos. She kept hearing weird noises while she was filming. She grabbed her camera and investigated around the studio. She couldn't find anything in the studio, so she tried to ignore the sounds and film videos. When she uploaded the one video where she caught the sounds, her fans were concerned. So her fans went on Instagram and messaged her asking her what the sounds were. So she made a post on Instagram and she declared the situation. Then she made another video explaining the sounds. Fast forward. Sierra went back into the living room and watched TV with the others. Soon they went to New Philadelphia, Ohio to perform. Sierra loves performing in New Philadelphia because she knows pretty much every person that lives in New Philly. Or NP, as she put it. She loves performing anywhere, but she loves NP the best. She gets to the Tuscarora Park in NP, and she greets her fans like she always does. She was collaborating with Carrie Underwood. She has always wanted to sing with Carrie, so this was her dream come true. They started off with Jesus Take the Wheel. Sierra can sing really well, so Carrie let her sing most of the song. When they both sang together, it was harmony. Fast forward to after the show. Sierra and the gang went back home. Carrie went back to her house as well. The next day, Sierra went on Instagram to find a message. She opened the message and it said, "You looked so beautiful last night at your show." Sierra replied to the message with "Thank you." The person replied very creepily. Here is what the person said. "Do you want to go out on a date with me?" Sierra responded with, "No, I have a boyfriend," which is an appropriate response. The person didn't get the message. "No, you don't. If you do, send me a picture of him," the person texted. So Sierra took one of her pictures and sent it to this person. The person responded with, "He's cute. Also, I'm gay." So Sierra immediately shut down her Instagram and didn't use it for about 3 days after that. For those 3 days, all of her fans were worried about her, so she decided to make a video about it. She explained how she got those creepy messages and decided not to use Instagram for a few days. She even read the text word for word to everyone. Chris didn't know about the creepy text until he watched the video while Sierra was at the mall with Ashlyn, Jalissa, Jackie, Haley, and Kiara. Chris texted Sierra asking her why she didn't tell him about the text message thing. "I didn't want you to find out right away," Sierra texted. "Well, if anything like this happens again, you have to let me know right away," Chris replied. "Okay, I will. I love you, baby," Sierra said. "I love you too, sweetheart," Chris texted. Then Sierra went back to shopping with the girls. Soon the girls came back to the cabin to see the boys sitting on the porch. They wanted to make sure that the girls were safe when they got home. The boys always worry about them. They helped the girls carry their stuff into the cabin. When they got all the stuff inside the house and they closed the door, the girls unpacked their stuff and put them where they wanted them. Then they all gathered on the couch to watch movies. As soon as the TV was switched on, that's when it started. The creepy creaking noises coming from the old wooden hallway. They were all on the couch. Sierra made sure everyone was on the couch before they freaked out, which she saw everyone sitting on the couch. So that's when they started freaking out. They tried to ignore it at first. Then the creaking of the old wood floor started getting louder and closer. So now they were very freaked out. So they turned down the volume on the TV to hear better. But as soon as the volume was turned down, the creaking just stopped. So they turned the volume back up to where they had it. The creaking sound started again. So they did the same thing as before. They still got the same outcome as before. At this point, they decided to turn the TV off and listen. The creaking soon came to the edge of the hallway. Then they stopped. As they turned their heads to face the hallway, they saw the man that texted Sierra a week earlier was standing in the hallway watching them. The end. Take it away, my child.
Okay. That was the Friendship Part 14, and now I'm going to read the Friendship Part 15. Alright. Jackie, Mike, Ashlyn, Steve, Jalissa, Brent, Kiara, Connor, Haley, Kane, Chris, and Sierra were sitting on the porch sipping lemonade. They were trying to beat the summer heat. Then they decided to go to the local pool. So they grabbed their summer wear, and jumped in the bus and drove to the pool. As soon as they arrived, they were instantly recognized by fans. Sierra signed fans' things. Then they jumped in the pool. Sierra and Chris were doing their own thing. Mike and Jackie were doing their own thing. Ashley and Steve were doing their own thing. They were all doing their own thing in different parts of the pool. Sierra and Chris took a couple selfies in the pool. And Brent and Jalissa were swimming it around. Kiara and Connor were tanning on the beach. Haley and Kane were eating lunch. Ashley and Steve were floating in the pool. Jackie and Mike were swimming. They were having a good time. Soon Haley recognized some man was recording her and Kane from the side. The only reason she noticed the man was because she randomly looked in the man's direction and saw that his camera was pointing to her and Kane. She told Kane and he looked. As soon as Kane looked at the man, he simply turned off his camera because he didn't want to get caught. Kane believed her, so they went back to doing their own thing. Fast forward a few hours, they got changed and went back to the cabin. They decided to go to a restaurant for dinner. They went to the richer part of town to their favorite restaurant called Fancy Nancy's Food for dinner. What?
Nothing. I like the name.
They all ordered steak, fries, and chicken, and some wine. They ate and then they went back to the park. They were going to go for a walk around the park. Soon they went back to the cabin and got ready for bed. Fast forward to the next morning, they ate breakfast. Sierra got ready to film videos. She only got to film one video because Jackie asked Sierra if she wanted to go on a road trip. She said yeah, and they jumped in the bus. So they decided to grab her vlog camera and record the trip. Sierra loves filming anything. Sierra and Chris love being together and filming. Sierra was in the front of the bus filming most of the vlog with Chris. When they got to where they were going, they ended the vlog. They checked into a nice hotel and went to their room. They got ready for bed. After they got cozy in bed, there was a knock on the door. They didn't hear someone call out housekeeping like they would usually do. And they were even more suspicious that it was 11:20 p.m. They usually don't come that late. So they didn't answer at first. Then about 2 minutes later, the knock came again. But this time someone did yell housekeeping. But they were still suspicious because why would they come at this hour of the night? The housekeeping at this hotel comes at 7:30 p.m. So they still didn't answer. Suddenly, they heard footsteps stomping down the hall away from their room. The housekeeper is usually a woman at this hotel, so they were even more weirded out. So they tried to fall back asleep. But they were interrupted by another knock on the door. It was the same person trying to get to them. But they still didn't answer the door. Soon they heard aggressive footsteps walk back down the hall like before, so they fell asleep again. Fast forward to the next morning, they went to the hotel restaurant for breakfast. They ate pancakes, bacon, sausage, and chocolate milk. After they went back to their room and packed their things and headed back to the cabin. They jumped in the bus and headed back to the cabin. Chris and Sierra were in the front of the bus driving while filming a vlog. They loved being together and filming vlogs. As they were driving, they kept seeing a strange car beside them on the highway. They tried to get the car on camera, but they could only get the front end of the car on film. Sierra tried to get the license plate. She couldn't get it at first, but eventually she got the license plate. It was Florida plates, and the car was a blue Jeep Compass, and it was following them. Once Sierra walked back to the back of the bus to tell the others they were all on high alert. Chris and Sierra were the most on high alert. They kept driving down the highway. Soon they realized they needed gas. Luckily, they saw a sign that had a gas symbol on it. So they pulled off the exit and headed to the gas station. Chris filled up the tank while Jackie, Sierra, Ashlyn, Jalissa, Haley, and Kiara went inside the store to get drinks and snacks. Mike, Connor, Steve, Brent, Kane, and Chris were in the bus waiting for the girls. The girls were inside the store for longer than they should have been. So Kane and Chris went inside to check on the girls, but when they walked through the door, they didn't see the girls anywhere. So they walked up to the cashier and asked if they saw the girls. "Hello, sir, can I help you with something?" the cashier asked. "Yeah. Have you seen 5 girls that came in here to get drinks and snacks?" Kane asked. "Yeah, I did. I think they are in the restroom," the cashier replied. So Kane and Chris walked to the girls' restroom and pushed the door open. They saw the girls standing in the big stall. Chris and Kane walked to the stall door and knocked on it. The door opened and the girls were hiding from something. "What's wrong?" Kane and Chris asked. "We're hiding from a creepy man that was trying to get to us," Haley scaredly said. "Well, come on. We will go back to the bus," Kane said. "Okay," the girls said. So they walked out of the bathroom, and the girls got their snacks and drinks. They paid for the stuff, and the cashier made sure they were all right. "Yes, ma'am. Thank you," Jackie said. "All right, well, have a good day," the cashier said. "We will. Thank you again," Chris said. "You're welcome. Be safe," the cashier replied. "We'll try," they all said as they walked back out to the bus. They hopped in the bus and took off. They got back on the highway and headed on their way. Soon they saw the same Jeep Compass up the road waiting for them. Once they got close to the car, it suddenly turned on and cut in front of them. Chris honked the horn at the car, but the car kept driving in front of them. Sierra was still filming, so she got everything on camera. As they were driving down the highway, they were talking and having fun. Soon they were back in their town. They headed to the forest and entered. They drove about 4 miles into the forest to the cabin. They grabbed their bags and headed inside. They got ready for bed, and the end. So, that was part 14 and part 15 of The Friendship with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for filming with me.
Yeah, yes.
We will probably film more videos today. We will probably continue this series today and together, and yeah. Please like, subscribe, turn on your little notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video, and bye for now.